Hi guys, I welcome you all back to my channel. I am Aisha. In today's video I will be showing you how to cut and sew palazzo trouser, also known as wide leg trouser, with keyhole at the side. Thank you all for your support. God bless you all. If you are new to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. I have a video on this top that I'm putting on. I will be dropping the link below for you to watch. Stay tuned to the end of the tutorial. This is the material I'm using: 4 yards of crepe and 1.5 yards of Duchess material. You double your material into 2 this way and fold it in form of bias. You determine the fullness when folding it. How full you want it, you be the one to determine that. Make sure you spread it very well so that everything will be equal. There will not be folding at the back aspect. From this upper part, I'll measure 4 inches downward and make it a straight line. I will be taking my radius. For you to get your radius, you divide your hip into 3. The hip I'm using is 42. Divided by 3, I have 14 inches. You measure 14 inches all around from the upper part. This is high waist palazzo trouser. The crotch I'm using is 13.5. But here I will be taking 11.5 and I will be adding 2 inches band to it later. I minus the 2 inches from the 13.5. I have 11.5 left. Here I'm trying to blend this upper part to the side. You come to your crotch length. For us to create our crotch curve, you go inward by 1 inch and curve it. I will be taking the full length minus the 2 inches for the band. And add your 2 inches for the folding allowance at the down aspect to it when taking the full length. You take the length all round. I will come to the upper part here. I will be taking 1/2 inch for the joining allowance. You take it all round for us to join it to the band. For us to create the circle at the side, from the radius, I will be coming down by 2 inches. After the 2 inches, I will measure 6 inches downward and look for the midpoint, which is 3. That's the midpoint. From that midpoint, I will be going inward by 3.5 and I will circle it all around. You can see. I will be cutting it out. Please give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video you will be notified. I'll slit one of the side that is on fold here. Very important, you notch it at the upper part here before you open it. You open it this way and come to one of the crotch lengths. For us to create our front part, I will be coming down by 1 inch here, and I will curve it to that point that will notch. You curve it that way. You can make use of your French curve or you can make use of your free hand. But here I'm trying to make use of my French curve for me to get that curvy shape to that center point that will notch. I will be cutting it out. I will come to the side of it also. I will measure 1 inch. You measure 1 inch downward and upward this way. I will be cutting the 1 inch out. That's the difference between the front and the back aspect. You use your chalk to indicate the front and the back aspect on it. For us to cut the inner aspect, you fold your material in form of bias. You fold it in form of bias this way and place the trouser that will cut. You place it on it from the upper part this way to your desired length. Make sure the side that is on fold on the trouser is placed on the side that is on fold on the inner part. Make sure everything is laid. I'll be cutting it out. I will be taking the length. I will be making use of 20 inches for the length. I will measure that 20 inches all around. I will be cutting it out. You notch it at the side, at the upper part and at the down part. I've cut the two sides. You can see this is it. For us to cut the facing for the circle at the side, you fold your material this way. It should be on fold at the side, and place the trouser on it this way. You know the side is on fold, so the material you are placing for the facing should also be on fold at the side. And you cut out the circle on the material you are using for the facing. After cutting the circle on the facing, I will measure 3 inches all round. I will be cutting it out. You notch it at the upper part and at the down part. This is it. I'm done with the cutting. For the sewing, we will be sewing the circle at the side first. We will use the one we cut for the facing to turn it to the back aspect. Make sure you chalk it for you to know the right and the back aspect of it. I will be placing it on the main trouser. You open it this way and place it on it. From the right side, you place it from the right side and you turn it to the back aspect. You pick one of it and open it. This is the right side, and I will be placing the facing on it. The right side of the facing will be facing the right side of the main body. You place it on it this way and use your office pen to hold it down. So I will sew it all round with 1/2 inch. You sew it all round. Same thing applies to the second part. This is it. I've sewn it all round and I've weaved the edge of the facing on both sides. I will need to notch it all round. You notch it all round. I've notched it. I will need to remove the pin for us to turn it to the back side, and I will top stitch on the one for the facing. You top stitch on this one for the facing all round on both. You open it this way and place your sewing on the one for the facing. Make sure the inch seam for the sewing is at the back of the facing, and place your sewing on it on the facing. Make sure your hand is straight and neat when sewing it. This is it, and you fold it to the inner part. I will be using Emmy gum to gum the facing to the main body. You place it at the back this way and use your iron to gum it. This is it. I've done that. You can see how neat it is. On both sides, I will pick the inner aspect. I'll be weaving it at the down aspect. You can decide to weave it or you fold it at the down part, but for me I will be weaving it. I'm done with the weaving. This is it. I've weaved both sides. I'll pick the main trouser. I'll be placing the inner aspect at the back of it. I will need to join it at the waist first, together at the waist with ½ inch. You place it this way, you can see. You sew it at the waist. Let me do that. I've done that. Now I will need to sew it to the crotch side. You place the two together. You lay it very well. You lay the down aspect. You lay it very well. Make sure everything is laid on each other. You use your office pin to hold it down for everything to be equal. Please give this video a thumbs up and drop your review in the comment section below. This is it. I will be placing sewing on it at the crotch side with ½ inch. I've sewn it. I will be cutting out the excess at the side. You pick the two and lay it on each other for us to take our waist measurement. You pin it together with your office pin this way. When pinning it, make sure everything is laid. This is the back aspect. I will be adding zip to it at the back. We need to take the measurement of the zip. On the zip, I will be making use of 8½. You know we'll be adding band to it. You remove the inches for the band, the 2 inches for the band, and take the remaining measurement on this trouser. Now we'll be taking the waist measurement. The waist measurement I'm using is 39 inches. You measure your waist measurement. So this is 39. At the front aspect, you sew it that way. And at the back aspect, I will measure what I have at this upper part. I have 2 inches there. I will measure that 2 inches at that point. That's where the sewing of the back aspect will start after the zip. I've sewn it. This is it. You can see. You pick it this way at the side. This is the back aspect. You hold it with pin together. This is the front part. I will need to trim it off a bit because I will weave it. So you just trim it off a bit if you have excess there. And I will need to weave it. You open the inseam when you want to weave it. You open the inseam and weave the inseam. Let me do that. I've weaved it. This is it. Now I will need to join it at the center of the trouser. You pick the inseam at the center. Make sure the sewing are equal at the center part. You place it on each other and hold it with pin. So we'll start our sewing from that center point to the right side and to the left side. You pick the two together at the center. Make sure it's equal. And you start your sewing from that center point downward to the right and to the left side with ½ inch. You can see that it's equal. This is it. I'm done with the two sides. You can see the center of the trouser that is equal. You will need to open the inseam and iron it. But before then, I will be cutting the band. I will be taking the measurement of the waist. You know, we are adding zip to the back aspect and there is zip allowance at the back. So you take your measurement, whatever you have there, you will use it in cutting out the band. You fold the material into two this way. I'll come to the center here. I will be coming down by 1 inch. I will be taking the front measurement of the waist. You divide your waist into two. So that's the waist measurement at the front. That's the midpoint. You give it curve shape with your French curve this way. The band I'm making use of 2 inches, but I'll be adding 1 inch to it, making 3 inches because of the joining allowance. So you measure 3 inches all around this way. On the trouser, I have 21.5. I will be adding 1 inch to it for me to be able to fold the band at the edge. I'm cutting it out. I will be cutting another one. You notch it at that center to know the upper part of it. You place it on the material and cut another one for the facing. You notch that other one too for you to know the upper part. This is it. I will be adding ST to one of it. I've added ST to it. Now I will be joining it at the upper part with ½ inch to the side. You hold it with pin. I will be sewing it this way. You leave ½ inch at the down aspect. You can see that's where my sewing will stop all around. I've joined the band together at the upper part and I've also joined one part of it to the trouser. The part that we add stay to, you place it at the back aspect. You sew it from the back aspect to the front. Here I'm trying to notch the edge so that I can turn it to the front part. You bring this other side to the front aspect and fold it in with 1/2 inch, and you need to iron it. You fold it in this way, but before then there is a design on the band. I will be cutting that design first. I've cut it out. This is it. I have 3 inches here, and I use 1/2 inch to join it at the side. You give it shape at the upper part. I'm trimming out the excess. I'll turn it to the front aspect, and I will need to iron it. I've ironed it. This is it. I will place it at the front aspect on the band from the side of the right part to the left side, but it won't get to the where the circle starts from. It won't get to that point. You can see I'm trying to cut some out of it. I'll be placing it on that band this way. You know, I've not joined the other side of the band to it, so you place it on that way. You sew it down and top stitch on it. This is it. You can see that the sewing is not at the back. Now we need to fold the band in to the front part with the 1/2 inch. This is it. I'll fold it. I will need to iron it. I will be fixing the zip to the back aspect. I'm making use of invisible zip. I will need to open the zip and iron the zip first before sewing it to the trouser. I've fixed the zip. This is it. Now I will be weaving the down aspect of the trouser. Let me do that. I've weaved it. I will need to fold it in. You fold it this way and place your sewing on it. Let me do that. This is it. I've sewed it all around. You can see. And I've weaved the inner part. I'll be using eyelets to make design on this. I'll be doing that later. So you can see I'm done with the sewing. This is it. You can see how simple it is. Please give this video a thumbs up so that more people can view it. And if you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. Thanks for watching. Bye.